We have a concert tomorrow night, so we'll be missing in action, but good otherwise. And glad to catch you here and catch on 6 a little bit later. And hello to Aaron.
I'm sure he's copying sort of on an SDR or something there. He's got some way to receive us. He's hearing you through the stream anyway, so it doesn't much matter. Very good. Fine on your concert tomorrow night. Let me go look for some paper here, and I'll see if I can get back in here in a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, finally got everything here, what I need. Let's see here. 1079, 1100, 711. Anybody else in here on 222 K6MYC getting close to the start time for the 222 Bozo Net? Try for this, KW6 Sugar, KW6S. I wonder if you're in the shack yet, K6MYC. Anybody in the Bay Area hearing us there, K6MYC? Well, wait a minute. Might be helpful if I reset the amp. I guess it didn't like the drive power I put into it on FM. QRZ again, K6MYC Bozo Net. Said. Meaning the Bay Area, more or less. KW6S or KD6SOK or anybody else in the Bay Area. 222 K6MYC calling and listening. W6PQL, I've got you. Give me some more chatter, I'll peek on you. W6PQL, K6MYC, over.
Okay, Mike, yeah, I don't think your antenna is on yet. You probably have to come up to, there you go, right there. Should be doing it just fine. You sound pretty good coming through back on the live stream here. I'll switch over to the radio. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Yeah, good evening, and New Year's Eve tonight. Hi. Good evening, W6PQL, K6MYC. Good signal. I was pointed down toward the Bay Area, but tonight the path seems to be normal, more or less, although I'm clear up at 293, which is a little high for you, but I may have overshot. Anyway, how was your day? It was a funny day here. It started out this morning, 8 o'clock, bright and sunny, not a cloud in the sky, and by the time we got back from the doctor's office at about 11 or 11:30 or so, it was overcast. We were up in the clouds, and we hardly saw the sun much anymore today. It kept trying to come through, very pale, but it was overcast and got quite a bit colder than it was this morning, so not a very lovely day. It started out great and went downhill from there. W6PQL, K6MYC.
Mike, well, we had a rather cold evening over here last night, and when I got up this morning, it was 36. And it was okay. I was playing golf today. We didn't start until noon, but we finished up right as the sun was setting, and it was getting pretty cold. So right now it's currently 42 degrees. And it's probably going to get cold again tonight. That's just the time of year it is. Nothing we can do about that, I guess, except maybe change the tilt of the earth. All righty. Nothing to add. I played a different course today. I played a course I'd never played before. I've hooked up with 3 other guys that I've played with for 2 or 3 weeks now, and they move around to different courses. Every time I play a new course, I, of course, do terrible on it because I'm not familiar with the course. Plus, the fact that golf is a fair weather sport, and everything is soaking wet out there. The ground down in San Jose where we were playing doesn't drain very well. As you know, it's all clay down there, and it just everything is soaking wet still. So I had to go up 3 clubs from where I usually play. You know, if I want to play the 7-iron, I had to go up to the 6.54 iron in order to get the same distance. It was quite an adjustment to make. But we'll know what to do next time. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Well, very good. Did you break into the 80s or not?
Oh, no, not today. I crowded 100.
Oh, you crowded 100. Okay. Yeah, boy. Probably. Did you have sun, or was it overcast for you up there?
No, it was sunny. It just wasn't warm. You know, it was barely 50 degrees out there, and when the sun went down, it was it was in the mid-40s. We finished just before the sun went down, though, fortunately.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. It's nippy out there tonight. We didn't spend a lot of time outside today because it was overcast. I was in town for most of the morning. We had a very, very rapid doctor's appointment, which was very minor, just a checkup. on my skin condition after my light treatment, which didn't seem to do much. And then we went shopping and got a lot of shopping done, but we were home pretty quick. I went to get a blood draw at the Quest office that we normally use, and we got there and they were out of business. Not out of business, they had moved to another location and they didn't say where. There's so many Quest locations that they don't need to say where they moved, but I've been using this particular office for about 15 years. All of a sudden you go there and they're not there. So I didn't get the blood draw, so we were home quite a bit earlier than we expected to be. We were back here before noon. Anyway, that was our day. And then the rest of the day we kind of kept the fire going, and I can't remember if there was much else going on. We did I know, we did spend quite a bit of time on the phone with PG&E. Boy, was that a fiasco. I won't even go into the horror story that we had with PG&E trying to pay my bill. I have a true-up bill for my 2 meters here at the end of the year, and boy, oh boy, they are so screwed up. I couldn't pay the bill finally. No matter what we did, we couldn't pay it with my credit card because they wouldn't take it over the phone. So we just finally ended up writing checks, and we're mailing them in. But that wasn't the end of the story, but I won't go any further because it's all downhill from there. And nothing else positive happened in that department. But it did take up a couple, 3 hours of the day just fiddling with PG&E for no reason. You've been there, I guess, in one form or another. W6PQL, and then we'll see who else is here, K6MYC.
Yeah, I've been there and I'm still there. They took me off of net energy meter.
AM6SR, number 432.
Grid. They're only paying me something like 5 cents a kilowatt hour for it and charging me about 35 cents a kilowatt hour to consume it. So I've taken to not sending them anything on the grid, and that's going to work for now, but for me to keep that up, I'm going to have to buy some extra battery storage. I've got an order in for some more power walls, but that's how I'm not sure I'm going to get even with them, but that's the only way I can beat this.
AM6SR, number 432, over.
Yeah, we hear you, Rob.
It's not such a great system for the...
Okay, I'm going back to my local net here.
Okay.
What do they call that board that sets the rates and so forth? That's the Public Utilities Commission. They're all a bunch of political appointees, and you know, they're... I guess I won't moan about this again, but you know how they're beholden to the companies that fund the politicians and so forth. Okay, go ahead and listen for the rest of the gang. It's not New Year's Eve, but that'll be tomorrow night. So some of them should be here. 73's Mike, K6MYC, W6PQL.
Good evening, Jim. Good evening, Mike.
Okay, very good, Jim. W6PQL 222 Bozo Net, K6MYC. Fine on your PG&E grief. I know that the rate thing is terrible. Well, I had a true-up, and we've been on solar all year on both systems, but one true-up for the well was about 1,000, and the true-up for the house was about 2,000. And that's with the solar working hard all year round, except for a little time in July when we lost an inverter here. I had 1 month that was $800 on the house here because of no PG&E. I mean, all PG&E and no solar. Anyway, enough of that. I hear another voice in there. Who was that? W6 WB6JNN, was that you, Jim?
PQL. Paul, you sound great. Good signal down here tonight. Go ahead, Paul.
We hear you here, Fred.
It's getting chilly over here as well, so by the way, I love your station pictures. They're just awesome. I just can't go over your station. I'm envious. It's beautiful. Anyway, I hear Mike in the background, so I probably should talk to Mike there, but anyway, good to hear you this evening, Paul. You take care, and Happy New Year to you, and Happy New Year to you as well, Jim. K86SOK. Turn it over to Mike. Go ahead there, Mike.
Okay, Fred, I'm not hearing Paul, but I've got him checked in. Let's see if Paul is copying me. I pointed in your direction. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6 WIS, K6 MYC. Do you copy, Paul?
Yes, good evening, Mike. K6 MYC in the group, K6 WIS. Yeah, I just had to swing 2 degrees further south to pick you up. I was pointed towards the Bay Area before. So you're about a 553. How copy, over?
Yeah, I bumped it just a little bit, and you came up a little bit more. You're Q5 now. Good evening. And Happy New Year's Eve. Hi. Good to hear you. And do you have any other relays, Paul, over?
Yes, I do. It's the Clear Lake pair of KA6OSX and N1PPP, over.
Okay, I got 336 and 160. Thank you for that, Paul. I haven't heard them for quite a while. I don't stay long in that direction, and it's one of those places that comes and goes. They're there sometimes, and other times they're not audible. Anyway, good to hear you, and we'll look for you tomorrow. We will be on here on New Year's Eve, and we'll be on here even on New Year's Day on Wednesday. So we'll see you then. Let me go back to Fred here and finish up with Fred. And you're home, Fred. What are you doing to occupy your time there? KD6SOK, K6MYC. Now, Fred, are you still there? KD6SOK, K6MYC?
Yes, good evening, Mike. I'm still here. Go ahead.
Apparently you weren't hearing me. I said, you're home this week. What are you doing to occupy your time, over?
Oh, well, I'm studying some, actually, I'm studying neural networks. I'm studying some artificial intelligence software and trying to understand how it works and looking into AI. And it's very interesting and kind of scary because it's pretty powerful. So, but that's what I'm doing.
Okay, studying AI, are you studying the software or just the technology?
No, I'm actually writing the software now. So I'm writing actual code, and I see exactly how powerful it is, which is just amazing. At first I thought it was a bunch of hype, but it's not hype. It's real.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite follow the last couple of sentences. What was the thought process there?
Oh, you know, I used to think AI was a bunch of hype, but it's not. It's real, and it's extremely powerful, and I can see where in the future a lot of people are going to lose their jobs to AI in the future. It's taken over.
Yeah, well, it may cause that to happen to some people, but when you do that, you usually create other jobs in the process. Sometimes you lose your job and your livelihood, but maybe somebody else picks up something, so who knows? It is powerful, no question, but I don't have much knowledge of it here other than to get the concept. It can be misused terribly, and that's what has to be somehow managed. Misuse of AI is already pretty rampant, Fred, over.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a huge lag. I disagree with you on this point where you think that other jobs will be created from AI. I don't see that. tech writing jobs will be gone, the software programming jobs will be gone, because this stuff can do everything. If you look at it from ChatGPT angle, it's so powerful now, and every month or every few months it gets even more and more powerful. And I've tried to delve into understanding how it actually works behind the scenes. And it's pretty scary, but it's also fascinating to me, so that's why I'm looking into it and studying it.
Yeah, it's just it scares me because it does have the potential to be misused so heavily. That's what bothers me more than anything about it. It can be misused, and we can be we've been led down the garden path the last 6 or 8, 10 years with the big media. But boy, you can really get people led down the garden path if you tell them something on AI. Over.
Well, I do believe Elon Musk is correct that millions of people are going to lose their jobs over this stuff. So, and I think he's right.
Well, it may be. I think there'll be others, places for that to pick up, however. We'll see. Somebody's still got to do the work. Make the manufacturing plants work and do the repairs and the maintenance and all the rest of that. However, sometimes that is a change of job venue. There's no doubt about it. Anyway, hopefully, as you go along with it, you'll be able to keep us up to speed on what it relates to and what it can do and how it's going to be implemented first. I know that they're putting in huge cooling facilities for the computers that are going to be running AI. Apparently, it takes a lot of energy to run a lot of fast computers and all the memory and all the rest of that. I don't quite follow all that, but my grandson has gotten involved in putting in cooling systems and so on for some companies that are getting into AI. A great deal of money is being spent on preparation. Over.
Yeah, well, it does a lot of mathematical computations behind the scenes. So when you're writing these models for AI, which figure out things for you, when you start writing these models, there's so much computation going on in the background. That's why it uses a lot of electricity. I can run a small model on my laptop, and I can exhaust the CPU in no time. It's just sitting there trying to do perfect. It's trying to do matches. It's trying to do error correction. There's so much going on behind the scenes. It's all very mathematically, heavily based on mathematic models, and that's how it works. In the past, this stuff was always around. We just never had the mathematical horsepower to solve the problems. But now, with high-speed, powerful processors, you can do it. So, yeah, it uses a lot of electricity, and you need a lot of cooling, And I think that's why Microsoft is getting to small miniature nuclear power plants to supply the electricity. And they bought 3 Mile Island too, because one of the reactors at 3 Mile Island was still good.
They bought 3 Mile Island and are going to reactivate it, or was it ever deactivated?
They're going to reactivate it.
Okay. Yeah, makes perfect sense, and there's been a lot of hype about how dangerous nuclear is, but really it's awfully safe. In the big picture, it's the safest, cleanest way to get power that we have currently, anyway. All right. Fred, keep us up to speed on it as much as you can. Hi. KD6SOK, Bay Area, Bozo Net 222. I'm looking for KW6 Sugar. Are you around, Tom?
WB6JNN.
Okay, I don't hear Tom, but I do hear Jim. Good evening to you, Fred. 7-3, and of course, Happy New Year tomorrow and tomorrow evening. KD6SOK, and then over to Jim, K6MYC. Go ahead, Fred.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Happy New Year to you too and everybody else on the net, Mike. So, yeah, have a great New Year, everyone. So, 7-3, KD6SOK, over to JNN, KD6SOK.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Fred. WE6JNN, good evening, Mike and Net. And, got out today and wandered around and took a road that goes from about where Walmart is in the city just to the north of me here, all the way up, and discovered how much industrial stuff there is on that road, all the way up 3 cities worth. Just one after another business parks. Wow. And a 4-lane road, WB6 JNN.
Where is this reference to where you live?
From Milpitas up to through Fremont and what's the next one up? I don't know. Anyway, there's a road that goes along close to the bay, but it's inland a little bit, and just all kinds of stuff along that road.
No, I know the road you're talking about. We used to live up there, not live there, but I used to work there very close to that street. I can't remember, it's not 237, but it has another number like that. And it was beginning to be populated even when I lived in the Bay Area. A lot of little companies were springing up all along that way, but it is a nice area. And I don't think it's suitable. It's more suitable for industry and that type of thing than it is for homes and so on. Used to be pear orchards, from what I can remember, out there in the swamps. And there's some areas that's quite swampy, but I'm sure they've got that aspect of it covered now. Anyway, did you drive that, or you didn't ride it on your bike? You drove that, right?
A little too far to ride on my bike. No, I am too old. I was in my car, and I stopped at a park up at the upper city. The name escapes me. But anyway, you know how it is when you get old. But anyway, it was a nice drive because it's all territory I hadn't seen, and a lot of those buildings are probably from the last 10 to 20 years, I would say. It's been way more than I think there used to be over there. But that's the way the Bay Area is places like that. The Cherry Drive in Fremont is what the name is, and it's Ranch Drive next to McCarthy Ranch area where Walmart is in Milpitas, and it's that road goes all the way up.
Yeah, I think it has a number, but maybe they've changed the name of it over the years there. Very good.
226 is here.
There's 226. Good evening. Are you hearing Jim up there?
Yes, I am. Good evening, Jim. WA60IB is here.
Yeah, you're doing fine. Very good signal. It's not real strong tonight, but it's acceptable.
Well, that's good. I appreciate that. Happy New Year to you. By the way, I got Ralph down in 090, Mike.
Okay, so we'll put number 3 down also. Thanks for that, Ken. How are you doing recovering from your brother's demise, and how's Gwen doing? Is she feeling better today?
Yeah, she's much better, much better. Well, I just found out that one of my dear friends that I grew up with, Cecil Lindsay, WA6RDY, which is N8RA now. He lives back in Michigan, moved to Michigan about 3 years ago. But we taught at City College together and went through high school together, radio club and all that. Passed away on Christmas morning, so I just found out a little while ago. So very sad about that, too.
Well, you're losing them right and left, aren't you? Boy, oh boy, it's. I guess that's what happens. My mother got very sad about that. She lived to be 99, so she outlived a lot of the people that she grew up with and knew. And by the time she passed away, a whole new batch of friends had come into her life. But it wasn't like the old days, over.
Right, yeah, for sure. Well, anyway, quite sad about that. They've got a Zoom service tomorrow, so at 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock there, 8 o'clock here, so I'll at least, I can't go to the funeral, so they got it on Zoom now, of all things.
Yeah, who would have thunk it? Did I hear some CW? I'm hearing some beep in there. Who is the beeper?
I'm hearing it loud and clear, and 7-3's to you, Jim, and Happy New Year, WA6OIB.
Are you still there, Jim?
Hey guys, WB6JN and Happy New Year. And the street, by the way, is Cherry Street and Boyce Road, and it is a parkway apparently, not a numbered thing, but it parallels 880.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe it's a different road, but I know there was a road that went all the way along the marshlands, all the way from Milpitas up to Fremont there. In the days, I used to have a job there at a place called KTI, and we were just off of 101, and I can't remember, just real close to the end of the airport, actually, San Jose Airport. We were right off the end of the airport, a mile or so. And that's about where that road started. When we went, we were not on that street, but just on a little side node off of it. That was an industrial park at KTI. That was many couple of years ago. Good evening to you, Jim, and again, Happy New Year. If you get a chance, we'll see you tomorrow and the next day. WB6JNN, K6MYC. Good night.
Yeah, good night. Well, it goes up to Thornton Avenue from 230 or 880 down in, and it goes up to Newark. WB6JNN.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Let's see if there's anybody else down in the Bay Area. We are still looking for KN6 or W6, KW6S, I should say. KW6 Sugar, are you in here? Thought he would be in here tonight. I don't know why we're missing Tom here. KW6 Sugar. I don't think he has another net, but maybe he does. Maybe he has a net that also starts at, somebody's got a net that starts at 7:30 in parallel with this one. I know that's where Rob is. Rob did check in, but came right back here. I mean, he went right back to his other net. And maybe that's where Tom is this evening. Anyway, anybody else in the Bay Area? We've got WB6JNN, W6PQL, and we had K6WIS on the backscatter path out of San Jose. And I'm not sure if there's anybody else up there. Anybody else in the Bay Area for 222 Bozo Net, K6MYC.
KM6SR is back.
There he is, okay. Good evening again, Rob, and Happy New Year's Eve to you.
Thank you, Mike, and back at you, to you and Judy. Happy New Year's Eve. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Okay. Were you home all day today, Rob?
Yes, I was.
It started out funny here in the morning. We had bright sun and clear sky, not a cloud in the sky anywhere. And then we went into town for a quick doctor's appointment, and then went over and did some shopping at Sam's Club and came home. Got here about 11:30 in the morning, and it was overcast and dark and cold already. So it went reverse on us today. Did you have that, or did you have sun today?
Well, we kind of had that happen twice. It started out sunny, and then the fog came in, and then I looked out a little later, and the sun was back out, and then towards the end of the day, it got hazy and overcast.
Yeah, boy, okay. Well, and it does that. It never really warms up, so it was pretty chilly outside all day. I went out and did a few things in the yard. I pulled some leaves out of the pool for a while. It wasn't cold if you were working, but you didn't want to be sitting around. Hi.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, I just did a little bit outside, but mainly doing stuff on the inside today.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty, let's see. Bay Area, last call, K6MYC, Bozo Net. Anybody else? Okay, I'm going to go up and get our Oakley station, maybe. There we are, sort of pointed toward Oakley. And he has the 222 system repaired, so hopefully we'll hear Ken in here this evening. It wasn't anything wrong on 220. It was a transceiver, HF transceiver problem that wasn't coded right or something. N6RO, K6MYC. Are you around, Ken? He may be doing a Zoom meeting or something, or maybe something on musical tonight. Anybody else in this direction? We've already heard from a check-in from 336, but if you guys are hearing me, come on in. N1 PPP, K6MYC. Nothing heard. I moved up to Sacramento. We're pretty close to KO6KD and KJ6KFB. Bill, are you there? KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6 Kilo Delta, K6MYC. Roseville?
Yeah, K6MYC, here's KO6KD, number 776, over.
Yeah, there you are. A little fluttery, a little weak, but we got you. A Happy New Year's Eve to you, and let's see if Ken's copying you, and maybe Rob is copying as well. WA6OIB in the group, K6MYC. Are you still here, Ken?
You're getting out, Mike. I'm not hearing Bill, KM6SR.
Okay, I hear Bill fine. I don't know why he's having trouble with me. I'm running 800 watts at him, over. Bill, do you have noise up there? Noise? Is that what you have, Bill? Noise? Let me see if I can hear Darren's 8 watts. Darren, make some noise there if you can. KJ6KFB. KJ6KFB. K6MYC. Over. Okay, go back up toward Bill again. KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6 Kilo Delta. You're copyable here, Jim. Bill. We got good copy on you, so I'm not sure why you're having trouble with me. You're not strong, but you're very readable. KO6KD, K6MYC. Happy New Year's Eve, over. Wow. Ken, are you back in the earshot? Are you in the shack, or are you gone? I guess Ken's gone, Rob, and you're not hearing Bill either, right?
Yeah, correct. I'm not hearing him.
Well, he was in there. He was a little weak, but fluttery, but very Q5, so I don't know what's going on there. We could go up to Nevada. N7 Whiskey Tango did check in last night, but late or earlier before we got there. I think he was on the list. I think we talked about that. But maybe he'll be in there on 222, keeping us alive up there on 222. So then we can come back, and maybe it'll be better for Bill there. So let me go to Nevada here. Here we are up toward Nevada. Nevada. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, and the Bozo Net, calling and listening. Well, I wonder if Larry's got a problem there. He hasn't checked in. Well, he did, I guess, a couple of weeks ago on 222, and everything sounded okay, but he seemed to be having receive problems. Everybody seems to be having trouble. hearing me, but I don't have any VSWR. I'm sure everything's working. Putting out a good 800. It's pegging the meter when I whistle it up. So, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango in Gardnerville, K6MYC, calling and standing by. Okay, I guess we don't have any Larry there. I wonder if anybody's going to show up on 6 meters when we go up that way. Let me go back down towards Sacramento here. 40, 330, 330, 320, 3... I think it's around 330, somewhere there. KO6KD, we'll try again, Bill. KO6KD, you should have the stream on. KO6KD, K6MYC, calling and listening. I wonder if Bill's got water in the coax or something there. KO6KD or KJ6KFB, K6MYC, over. I'm bumping the antenna a little bit at a time here. KO6KD or KJ6KFB, over. KJ6KFB. KO6KD, KO6 Kilo Delta, KO6KD or KJ6KFB, K6MYC, calling and listening. Well, we got Bill in there anyway. I don't know where he is, but he isn't hearing. Let's go back to 300 and see if we can get Oakley. N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar. N6 Radio Oscar, N6 Radio Oakley, Rancho Oakley, K6MYC, calling and listening. N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC, calling and listening. He should be done with dinner by now. I guess he's really busy with something else. I'm going to go back to the Bay Area and all the way down to Santa Cruz, Rob.
Okay, sounds good to me.
There's the high end of the Bay Area with W6PQL. He was in here in good shape at this direction. QRZ, the Bay Area, Bozo Net, 222. Do we have any other check-ins from the Bay Area? Late checks are missed, K6MYC, before we go over to 6 meters.
Hey, Mike, you can put number 52 in there. I just worked him up on 110.
Okay, we got it. Thank you very much. I was just thinking, about that, Jim, whether you actually had a contact with Steve or not. We also heard Ralph. Jim, not Jim, but Ken was in here, WA60IB, and he went down and worked Ralph. We got Ralph. I don't know whether you worked him or not. Have you tried with Ralph lately?
Well, not lately, no. I worked him many times before on this band and on 1296, but I don't generally look for him on either of those bands anymore because the guys in Central Valley pretty much handle that.
Okay, I'm just curious. Okay, well, the only one that we're missing two real regulars here. We're missing N6RO, Ken up there in Oakley, and we're missing KW6 Sugar, KW6S Tom in Santa Cruz. He said last night he would be in here. He didn't see any reason why he would not be here. But he he was having a few rig problems and things. Maybe he got half into it and didn't get it put back together before the net started tonight. Anyway, I think we're about done here. We'll go over and light things up toward the Nevada area on 6 meters. I did have a contact on 6 the other day, a random contact on 125, believe it or not. I worked Whiskey Echo 6 Mike. Whiskey Echo 6 Mike in San Carlos up your way. And we had quite a chat, but he was calling and see if there was anybody on 125, and luckily Judy was in the kitchen and heard him. I had the receiver on and was monitoring 125, and here comes this little voice out of the speaker, very weak. I was kind of pointed out that way, but not quite on him. But we did have a contact on 6, other than our normal net here. W6PQL for a final, K6MYC.
Well, okay, Mike, that's good. Yeah, there's somebody that's ordered a 6-meter kilowatt. Hang on a second, let me find out who that was. If he's not on 6, he'll probably be on 6 pretty soon because I've finished his amp. Just a moment, let me get his call sign.
Roger, roger. Are you copying that, Rob? Rob, KM6SRR, are you hearing Jim?
No, I'm not hearing him. I was trying to listen hard, but once in a while I can hear something way down in the background, but not tonight. I guess I got my antenna pointed the wrong way, haha.
Yeah, haha. The whole loop isn't going to hear him. Okay. Let's see. What he said was he's checking now. There's a guy that's just ordered a 6-meter amplifier from him, and he built it and it's ready to go. And he was going to look up the call sign so we know who to keep an ear out for, because undoubtedly he'll be checking in, hopefully on the net, and hopefully activating 6 meters. It's been pretty quiet up Santa Rosa way. K6, oh, for heaven's sake, I forgot Bob's call. For heaven's sakes, that's ridiculous. haven't said Bob's call for a few years, and now I can't bring it up. Bob Magnani up there in Santa Rosa area, but he got burned out and never came back. I don't know if he ever built back up on the top of the hill or not, but that whole area has been very quiet on 6. Anyway, if you're back, Jim, we're listening here. No hurries. We've got a few minutes to kill before we have to go to 6, and we also can catch you on 6 if you're still looking. And W6PQL with KM6SRR and a few others, K6MYC.
KW6. Well, that was Matt Kennedy. Matt's call is K6EME. And where is he located? Layton. He's over there in Layton, in California. And the other guy that you're trying to think of is Bob, K6QXY, isn't it?
Yeah, QXY. Just couldn't get the call started. Yeah, Bob's been very quiet lately.
Well, yeah, he's been quiet since he got burned out up there. I don't think he's restored his living conditions up on that mountain, but he does have some commercial customers that use his services up there. So he's got remote stuff, and he's placing antennas up there and connecting to them over the internet, I guess. But he's down at he's down at ground level now. But I haven't heard him on here in a long time, probably because he doesn't have that nice spot up on the mountain anymore.
Yeah, but there was talk that he was going to rebuild up there, build it, of course, safer and a little further, and give himself some more leeway from any more fire hazards. He could build a stone or a brick house up there and be fine. But I don't know if he's got the motivation to do so. He sort of got all his challenges and all his worked as many as he could type things out of the way. It's just a sad thing that he isn't on and active, because he was probably the most active 6-meter guy in the Bay Area, and the most prolific and the most experienced. Anyway, yeah. Well, let me make a call here. Let me go down. I think I'm pointed towards Santa Cruz. No, I'm not. I'm pointed up toward Jim. Anyway, Jim, thanks for K6EMA's call. I don't know where that location is that you told me. You said the name of a town that started with an L, but I never heard of the town, Jim. W6PQL, K6MYC.
I think it's over there in the valley somewhere. Layton, Laton.
Yeah, beats me. K6 Echo, Mike Echo.
Roger.
I thought he was down in the LA area, but he must have moved.
Yeah, no, he gives me a P.O. box number in Layton. He wants to come by and pick it up. He ordered this quite some time ago. This was ordered back in September, and it's taken me this long to get around to building it. I've had quite a bit to do here, so he's been pretty patient, but I don't expect to hear from him until after the first of the year.
Yeah, okay. Well, I should be able to hear him if he's anywhere in the San Joaquin Valley and beyond, of course. And so maybe he will check in. You might, when you talk to him, when he comes up and talk to him, try to make him, ask him if he can get on 2 meters and 6 meters at least, and make his presence known on the Bozo Net. Over.
Yeah, okay. So let me see if I can figure out where Layton is. Kings County, and if I can give you what it's nearby. Oh, it's just south of Fresno. It can't be any more than 30 or 40 miles south of Fresno, Mike.
Must be about the size of Friant.
It's about 2/3 of the way to Lemoore and Hanford from Fresno.
Yeah, okay. Well, that should be a piece of cake. Lemoore and Hanford is easy. And they're right down the road. So it must be a little thing off the side of 99. Highway 99 goes down the middle there. And they must be somewhere between Highway 99 and Highway 5, or else he's on the east side of 99, which I know most of those towns over there. The ones that are east of or west of 99 I'm not familiar with. There's a town over there even called San Joaquin. Didn't even know it was there till we got some business over there one day. Anyway, we'll keep an ear out for him, and hopefully he'll also have some 2-meter and other stuff there. One more call. Let me turn the antenna off of you for a second, Jim. We'll say 73 is here, and we'll look for you on 6 in a few minutes. But let me go down and give Tom one more call and see if he's there somewhere, and then we'll go up to 6 meters. W6PQL and the group K6MYC 222 Bozo Net going to Santa Cruz.
All righty.
226 is back.
Oh, there's 226. You want to say hi to Jim?
Success. 610.
Oh, 610. Okay, finally I got you in here. Very good, Tom. Good to hear you. We'll look for you, of course, over on 6 meters toward the end there at probably around 8:30. 9 o'clock or so on 6 if you can still stay up. Anyway, anything new over there? And Happy New Year's Eve to you, Tom. Over.
No, not much new going on. So looking forward to celebrating the exit of 2024 and moving into 2025, and enjoying life and enjoying ham radio. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, you had mentioned some bugs you had in the shack after your return home, or return to the shack after your little Christmas vacation sort of thing. Did you get any of that fixed, or is it still in process?
I didn't even get started on it. It's one of those weird things. I can't imagine what has changed, but somehow RF is shutting off the central heart of the station, which is a box that switches the mic and the key and the headphones and automatically selects the antennas and all that. And when it shuts off, I no longer have an antenna, so that goes bad pretty fast.
Okay, well, sorry about that. We'll look for you on 6 after a bit, but good to have you in here. Happy New Year's Eve. and we're all looking forward to the new year. Let's see if Ken wants to say hello to you, and also Jim is on frequency W6PQL is here as well. WA6OIB in the group K6MYC.
Yeah, very good. Good evening, Tom, and Happy New Year to you coming up. Wanted to say hi. I had to run, Mike, I had a phone call and I had to get out of here and get some stuff, get some data, whatnot. So anyway, I'm back, so I'll be here for 6 meters for a bit too. But Tom, I hope you're doing all right over there. You sound great. Over.
Oh, doing great. I'll get some time tomorrow. I'll start trying to figure out what's wrong with the station and get that hopefully put together. I don't know if I'm going to do the RIDI roundup this weekend or not. I've got a friend that's got a antenna problem. We're going to try to troubleshoot, well, tower problem and antenna problem, and motor to raise and lower the antenna. Boy, it just like all came apart at once, so we're trying to get him back on the air. But yeah, I'll try to get my little gremlin taken care of here. WA6OIB KW6S. Back to you, Mike.
Okay, very good. I think Jim's gone, but you might give a yell out to Jim if you want to try him, Ken, over.
Well, yeah, good evening to Jim. I'm not pointed his way, but maybe he can hear me. W6PQL, WA6OIB. Well, I'll catch him on 6 maybe.
Yeah, okay, very good. Here we go. We're going to 6. Tom, 7-3 for now. We'll see you in a few minutes. K6MYC, KW6S.
You already did the Reno, guys?
Well, there was nobody there.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay, maybe they'll be on 6.
Yeah, maybe.
Here now.
Maybe. I'm pointed up that way now, so I'll make noise toward Las Vegas and, Reno or Carson City, Gardnerville. We should hear Richard, KD6BQ, and we should hear N7 Whiskey Tango was the one that did not show up on 220. Oh, now I hear you.
Q number 249, over.
Yeah, now I hear you. Sorry, we just must have keyed the mic when you talked. Good evening, Richard, and Happy New Year's Eve, over.
Yep, and same to you. How are you guys doing down there?
We're suffering through. It was kind of a funny day here weather-wise. It started out beautiful, and then it went bright and sunny and shiny at 8 o'clock in the morning, not a cloud in the sky, and bright and crystal clear, and looks like it was starting to warm up, and the next thing I know, it was getting cold and overcast when we got home from town about 11:30 in the morning. It was already overcast up here. We'd moved into the cloud, over.
The cloud came and got you. We got about 3/4 inch of rain over the weekend, and now it's 30 degrees outside, so if any more comes, it won't be rain.
Yeah, sounds like you're overdue for some white stuff there. I know you're looking forward to that, I did try to work Larry on 220 here on this band, not on this band, but this evening, and I did not hear Larry, but I thought he might be there, but maybe he's here on 6. So let me give Larry a call. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT. Maybe you can wake him up on your 220 link if that's what you use, Richard. K6MYC and the Bozo Net, calling N7WT and listening.
711.
711. You're doing good, John.
Good to be home on a Monday night. K6MI.
KG6, Charlie Echo Fox, 982.
K6USY.
Good evening, Aaron. You're not covering anybody. We're kind of waiting for Larry. Maybe he can show up. I think Richard's giving him a call right now. We hear you, Daryl. Good evening to you. Happy New Year's Eve to you all. KG6 Charlie Echo Fox and the group K6MYC. Go ahead.
No, nothing much to report. We were socked in fog most of the afternoon.
Boy, it was the same way here, so don't feel bad. The clouds moved right down on us.
And good evening, 6 meters. K6USY 1079, and Bozo 1100 is in the other room reading a book.
Got it. Okay. She's checked in. Thank you. And we've got WA6OIB here. We've got K6MI here, 711. 226 is here. Who am I forgetting?
KM6SR 432, over.
Okay, we'll take 432 even though we're on 6 meters. Are you mixed up or am I mixed up?
No, we're on 6.
I'm kidding. Okay. Good. I got a cat here. Bootsy finally came in out of the cold and she said...
Oh, and Mike, I was going to let you know, Layton is big enough. I have a library down in Layton. K6USY.
Oh, really? God, this is a town I've never heard of. We got to put a ham down there so we know where it is, huh?
Yeah, it's in between 99 and 41. So it's down there on the Kings River, down in south central Fresno County. So it's one of those places where it's quicker to go to Hanford to go to the grocery store than to drive to Fresno. But yeah, cute little town.
Hang on.
Yeah, just north of Hanford.
Yeah, there you go. I think Richard came in. Richard, was that you?
Yeah, Roger. No signs of Larry. Nothing on 220 and nothing here.
Okay, no sign of Larry, so I guess we aren't going to get him on either band here. That's a shame. Anyway, I will have to make do. I don't think there's anybody else but you. I know Daniel does not have 6. Certainly in this weather, he doesn't have 6, and I don't think K7SUM, and I don't think I've ever worked on 6 either. So I guess you're the lone ranger there from Wassaw Valley, over.
Well, we'll keep it tied down until we get Larry back in here, but probably not tonight.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll start sliding away from you here. We'll go down and get into Sacramento. We had contact with Bill down there, KO6KD, I should say. But Bill was not able to hear me very well. He heard me. He came back to me the first time, but he says, I'm not copying you. She wants to go back out in the sea. I don't know. Just leave her in. She'll be fine. I know she does. She still thinks the dogs are here. We are free of dogs for the rest of the week now until Sunday night. The dogs and Matt and Tracy finally gave up on their big vacation, and they packed up their 2 ATVs on our trailer and hauled it off to the Pismo area. So they're going to go camping in Pismo and probably go home and sleep in Napomo in the trailer. So I think they're going to try to do a little riding and make the best of their vacation. The truck is still in the shop, and of course short-handed over this time of the year. The dealership said we didn't get anything done on it today, and we don't know what's wrong with it. But it doesn't go. It's got no hydraulic fluid. It's all run out of the broken radiator and yada yada. So it's just a mess. So that part of their vacation went down the tubes, but they're making the best of it. And they seem to be in very good spirits. So what can you say? Anyway, let's see, who else do we have here? Richard, we'll say good evening to you. We'll look for you perhaps not tomorrow night, but on Wednesday night on New Year's Day evening. We'll look for you on Wednesday night, Richard. 73s for now. Have a happy New Year's Eve and day the next following couple. KD6BQ in the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, we expect to be here, so we'll look for you tomorrow night. 7-3, and Happy New Year to everybody that can hear me. KD6BQ in Nevada.
Well, tomorrow night is 1296, unless I'm mixed up.
Yeah, I meant Wednesday night.
Yeah, Wednesday. We'll see you Wednesday night, Richard.
Did.
Okay, let me slide on down to Sacramento and see if we can get Bill in here. Bill couldn't hear me earlier. About the time that Bill was in here, you had a phone call, Ken. I was going to turn it over to him. Maybe I thought one of us could get through to Bill. He was copyable here, but he said I was so weak he couldn't hear me, so I don't know what was wrong there. Let me go down Sacramento way. Here we go.
KR6MR, Bozo 759.
There we are. Good evening, John. Just timed out perfectly. Are you watching the live stream?
Roger.
So you knew I was coming your way, didn't you? I don't know what happened to Bill. He said he couldn't copy me on 220, and I heard him every transmission I think that he made. I heard him fine, so he must have some water in the coax or something there. Maybe he'll be on here in better shape. Oh, come on now. She's playing with your hair. She's playing with your hair. Isn't that funny? She's never done that, has she? Isn't that funny? I got a cat. Bootsy is playing with Judy's pigtail here. Or her, what do you call this thing, Judy? What is this?
Pigtail.
A pigtail, okay. Ponytail, there you go, not a pigtail. This one, anyway, the cat's playing with her pigtail, with her ponytail. That's really funny. I don't know. Bootsy's just full of energy here. She wants to go out, and we don't want to let her out. It's cold and misty and horrible out there. And she still thinks the dogs are here, so that's why she wants to go out. If we keep her in a while, she'll get more calmed down here. All right, 7-3. Well, not the 73 to you, John. Good evening to you, and Happy New Year Day's Eve. Of course, New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve. How's that? And then how you doing over there, and how was your weather? We had a misty day here. Yesterday it rained lightly all day, but never got much rain. I got a quarter of an inch on a whole day's worth of rain. That's how bad it was. It was just thin. And I noticed the rain gauge was up maybe a quarter of an inch if I'm real optimistic. KR6MR and the group K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. KR6MR Bozo 759. One more time for Judy. Happy New Year to you guys. And nice and sunny today until I started burning leaves, which are a little damper.
I hear KD6SW. Roger. 145. We've got you.
No, it was nice today, and we expect pretty sunny weather for the next few days up here. Over.
Yeah, okay. Pretty nice weather. Underneath you, I heard CW. Let me just pick up Rich really quickly there. KD6SW. KD6SW, K6MYC. That was pretty good signal, Rich. Go ahead. Must have been a peak. Maybe it was somebody else. I thought I heard SW on the end, but I'm not 100% sure. It was faster CW than he normally sends. I'm waiting for Rogers or something from you, Richard, if you're up there, Rich. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC. Oh, hell, who knows? It might have been somebody up in Oregon that were bursting through on a meteor or something. Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt you, John, and fine on your you said you had pretty good weather there the last couple of days, over?
Yeah, well, at least today was good. This last rainstorm this past week gave me a total of 3.41 inches, which gave me a month total of 9 inches, and a year total of 46.93. So I guess that's how we'll end out for the year.
Very good. Your stream is pounding through. I can hear you. It is almost as strong as you are, so you're coming in nicely, and you can probably hear. You probably have the headphones on, so you're not hearing the own stream there, over?
Yeah, I noticed that. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just turned it down again. Anyway, very good. I'll let you go. Bill will tell you what happened on 220. So Happy New Year, and pass it off to Bill, KR6MR.
I don't know what happened on 220 sideband.
Oh.
I know about the FM portion, but I don't know about sideband. Mike, I was there. I heard you for just a second, and then you just up and disappeared.
Well, I think we were there. We were still talking to other people. When I went back to the Bay Area, we still had people coming in, and everything seemed to be normal. So you were there. I heard you, but you just stopped talking, of course. So I don't know. Anyway, we got you logged in. That's the main thing. But I never did hear Darren, over.
Well, his transmitter, the transistor or whatever, the final is no longer functioning. So not until he gets that done. So that may be until springtime before you hear from him again on 220.
Well, he and Ken had quite a talk yesterday on 230, on 144-230. And Ken sort of emailed him up some part numbers and where to buy them. They're readily available. They're quite inexpensive and easy to get. And Ken kind of talked to Darren enough to know that he could probably do this on his own. But if he gets into serious trouble, I guess it could be sent down and have Ken look at it. Ken's just really busy. I'm trying not to burden him with anything. Right now, he just lost his brother a day and a half ago. And then today he got a message from an old friend that he taught school with and went to high school with, and but has moved back to Michigan, but he died on Christmas Day. He just found that out today. So Ken's friends are dropping like flies. I guess Gwen's okay. She had COVID again. I don't know if you knew that, but she caught COVID again for the 7th time, Bill. But she's on the mend now and COVID-free, over.
I don't know how in the world they're contracting it all the time unless it never really goes away and it just stays dormant and they keep reinfecting themselves, because I just don't think that it's out there being spread around as much, but that's just awful news. That's awful that he's having to bear up with that, losing his friends like that. I'm so upset. There's a good friend of mine here locally. Here just a few days ago, he lost his mother, and but he's got lots and lots of family that's surrounding him and taking care of things, and so it's tough to go through. There's no question about it, but it sure does help. I got to tell you, from firsthand experience, Mike, I mean, you've gone through losses, everybody has, but my God, it's a hell of a lot more difficult when you got to do it by yourself.
Understand. Ken, did you have anything you want to pop in with? Somebody very loud keyed the mic. I don't know if it was Ken, but I didn't mean to keep him out of here. I thought he was already gone. Somebody want to say something to Bill up there, KO6KD?
756.
I hear 756. Good evening, Darren. I listened for you on 222, and then I realized that you didn't have a transistor in the final, so 756. So I wasted a minute or half a minute calling you there. But did you make any headway with Ken? I guess he's going to send you up some part numbers and stuff, over.
USL, rough copy tonight on the receiving end. I got a lot of noise.
711.
I wish I could find it and go set it off. All righty. I'll let you go, and we'll
next time around on the 2-meter net, because it's just too rough. UK6, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm copying you 100%. You got noise, though. You say you have local noise. 711, we've got you, John. I think Judy heard that, but I'll make sure that she's got you down here. And, okay, Darren, well, what I said was, did you get the list of parts and the locations on where to order the parts that you need for the transverter over?
I'm back.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, this doggone rig, it went into split mode. I was talking on 10 meters instead of 6 meters. Sorry about that. Yeah, Darren, if you're in there, I think I heard you when I undid the mic, but I didn't get an email back. But I'm assuming you got the link to Amazon to buy those transistors. Over.
Darren, are you copying Ken? KJ6KFB, where'd you go, Darren? I don't know what's going on with that Sacramento area. They just dropped out. Bill said I dropped out for him completely. They're dropping out. I'm hearing everybody else. I don't think there's anything wrong here. It's just that area is going into a lead cell somewhere.
Yeah,
Bozo 884, WB6GGY.
Hi, Phil.
Hi, Phil. You're loud.
Thank you, guys. And sorry about your brother there, Ken.
Yeah, well, we also lost, I think you remember Cecil Lindsay, WA6RDY?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he passed away on Christmas Day, so I have 2 losses in 3 days. My goodness.
Yeah, not good. Okay, yeah, we'll discuss it a little later there, Ken. But yeah, really sorry about hearing about your brother. Okay, we're on the side there, Mike. WB6GGY.
Thank you, Phil. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're very loud, Phil, so I'm way stronger than the guys in Sacramento tonight for some reason.
Well, all I can say is that lead wall that's around Sacramento must be a reflector.
It must be. Darren broke in at the end of that. Darren, did you have anything else there? Because 2 other people were talking down here when you called in. KJ6KFB for your final K6MYC, over.
I just wanted to let you know, you came up dramatically, and now I can actually hear you. Anyway, I'll carry on, Mike. KJ6KFB.
Okay, Happy New Year, Darren. We'll see you Wednesday.
Hey, see if he got the email. Did he get it?
Did you get Ken's email, Darren? Darren, did you get Ken's email, over?
Yeah, Ken and I talked. We're all good. Thank you.
He said, did you get his email? Did you get his email, over?
double.
No, we're not doubling. He isn't talking, is he? Darren, did you get Ken's email, over?
Oh, well, I'll have to check the email, but yeah, if he did send one, I'll look here in a moment.
Okay, can't confirm it, Ken. He hasn't looked yet.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I sent it yesterday, yesterday evening, so I thought he'd see it by now. Okay, WA60IB.
Are you going to stay with us, or has Gwen got her program on that she wants to watch?
She hasn't called me yet, but I'll bet she will any minute.
Okay, well, we better let you go.
7-3, guys.
7-3 there, Ken.
All right, WA60IB. Bye-bye.
7-3, Ken. WA6RB, KM6SR.
Are you getting a cold or something, Rob? You sound scratchy.
See you, Rob. Yeah, you sound terrible.
I had an ice cube in my mouth, over.
Ice cream. Oh, it's ice cream. Okay.
Ice cube.
Ice cube.
Headaches, those freezing headaches.
Well, it's cold enough out, it probably won't get that bad now.
Okay. Well, let's see who else we have in here. I still have the antenna pointed toward Sacramento. And let me take one last listen. I thought we heard this CW earlier, but it might have been from another source because we were listening to the stream through John's radio. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC. Any copy, Richard? Over? No, I'm not hearing him. So maybe he isn't there. Anyway, let's see. Is there anybody else in Sacramento before we go to Oakley?
Oh, Mike, WA6LOL.
Well, hi, Dave. Gosh darn. You've been, are you okay? Feeling okay? And Happy New Year's Eve to you.
I was letting him give you a big surprise. I called him on the phone and told him to get on the air.
There you go.
I know. Ken hunted me down. said I had to get on or I'd get kicked out of the club.
Give Judy your Bozo number.
756. I think 756 or 856. See, that's why you shouldn't ask me.
I don't think it's 756. That's Darren's number. You could be 8 something.
He's 856. That's his number.
Yeah, that's it. 856.
856. Okay, not 7. Give you one more point. Here we go. Go ahead, Dave. How are you feeling?
Okay, doing all right. Yeah, I have a appointment with a cardiologist down in Modesto tomorrow, so kind of get a checkup. But last blood oxygen I did in a doctor's office was 98, which is way more than my personal little finger thing that I do here. It says usually 93 or at best, you know, but I think mine reads low. But yeah, doing okay. And out working on that jet boat, and I took it up to get it tagged since they have an invasive mussel that's invading everywhere, and so they're not letting any boats on the water unless they allow you to lock your boat to your trailer for a month to make sure you haven't been anywhere else. And anyway, so I went and had that done, and they got all excited, and I didn't start it up for them, but that probably would have finished it right there, you know. But I've been working on that and then working in the evening, getting stuff done. So K6MYC and Ken, hello, Rob. Heard you in there, and Aaron, WA6LOL.
Yeah, go ahead, Ken, and then over to Rob.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I called him today and to find out if he was still vertical there, and he had a nice chat. So anyway, we caught up and everything. So I told him to get on tonight and let you guys all know he's still alive. So I didn't want to say anything. I thought he'd come in here, surprise us all, and he did. So anyway, up to you, Rob. KM6SR, WA6OIB in the gang.
Okay, thanks, Ken. Yeah, it's good to hear you, Dave. WA6LOL, KM6SRR. Yep, I bugged you a month or so ago. It's Ken's turn this time, and we'll figure somebody else out next time. Over.
Okay, yeah. Say, Mike, does this sound okay? Do you hear any distortion on here? Does it sound all right, this audio?
Sounds perfect here.
Oh, okay. All right, good. Yeah, because I have a new tube for this thing, but I haven't put it in yet. But anyway, I kind of need to make a bench to get it off the back of the shelf without having to. I can't take it over to the workbench because I don't have like a 220 extension to get over there. So anyway, yeah. So I got the drive cracked up a bit here. So anyway, yeah, everything's going pretty good. 6 meters was opened down to New Zealand a couple of days in a row. So when I finally went out and turned the antenna because my rotor gave up, it stopped. So I jinxed it, you know. So that was the last openings was in New Zealand about a week ago, I think. K6MYC and the gang, WA6LOL.
Okay, fine on 6 meters. Yeah, the SFI is really high, so there should be some 6 meter stuff going on. But I don't know. I haven't heard anything here, and I've been monitoring. I did work a WM Whiskey Echo 6 mic up in San Carlos a couple of days ago. San Mateo. I mean, not San Carlos, San Mateo. It's almost the same. But that was he was on 125 making noise because he thought somebody should be on with SFI of. Actually, I was at 280 that day or some ridiculous thing. But nothing. No openings, and nobody came in on 125. We both stood by for the 1,000 breakers, and the guys that were going to call in, and not a soul was there.
Oh yeah, you know the sun and the moon are aligned right now on 2 meter EME, so I got in there, but nobody was interested in trying because the declination is at its lowest, so it's just locals, and then the DGR is like 10 minus 10 dB. So yeah, there wasn't a soul. I think when I got up this morning and checked it, nobody had been on for 8 hours. So that's pretty unusual. So, but yeah, been pretty fun. It's my country count is slowing way down, though. I think I'm up to about 55 or maybe nearing 60, but they're not coming in very fast. I'm going to have to start going over into the chat boxes and start emailing people and trying to set up skids that way, I think.
You need to get the big antenna going, and you can pull a few more out that way.
Well, heck with that thing. I can work them direct.
Right.
Yeah. Oh boy. So yeah, I lost a couple of preamps because I had a bad. I lost a couple of preamps at first because my relays weren't healthy enough, and then I had a bad connector out at the end of my LMR 600 out there, and I lost a preamp, and then I went out there and wiggled things around, and it went for a while, and then I lost another preamp. And one of the guys has a noise figure measuring device, which I ended up getting one, and he said that these little $12 Amazon preamps are 0.4 dB noise figures. They're just every bit as good as the big boys. So what I did is I bought 5 of them, and I put them in there so they're really easy to just disconnect. So now they're disposable, so it's not such a big deal. When I blow a preamp, I just take another one and swap it out.
Yeah, what was the brand?
It's a Chinese-made little thing. I forget. I give guys part numbers when they get curious about it. But anyway, let me go grab one.
No, that's okay. I just didn't know what it was and what the noise figure is. They're probably good if it's under 1 dB. It's good. All right, let me let you go because we got other people waiting. I want to get into the Bay Area quickly, and then we'll call it a night. Haven't finished dinner yet. So.
All right, Mike, good talking to you. K6MYC, WA6L, I'll be listening.
We'll be on Wednesday night also, so maybe we'll catch you there on 2 meters. Dave, good to hear you again. Thank you for popping in. Thanks, Ken, for calling you. And let's see, anybody else copying me while I'm in this direction? QRZ Bozo Net, 6 meters, please.
KC5, BTU, 712.
Here we are, 712. Hi, Kerry. We did get all we know from you today, but we haven't had a chance to listen yet. Over.
Roger. Happy New Year to you there, Michael and Judy, and hope you had a good weekend and everything's going good up on the hill.
So far, yes. Not so good for Matt and Tracy. They had all kinds of debacles with their plans to go to Glamis and ride ATVs and side-by-sides and stuff. They had to scrap all that. The Dodge truck up, their diesel run bad on them. So they have it in the shop currently, and they just decided tonight or this afternoon to give up on it and go over. So they loaded the ATVs up on their smaller trailer, and they hauled them over to the Pismo area. They're probably going to stay in the Pomo and then just ride on a day-to-day basis the Pismo area until Sunday, and then they'll come home. They're on vacation anyway, but they're just trying to make the best of it. It's a long story. I won't go into it, but it's very painful. You wouldn't believe the pain with the Dodge that they've had, and all crazy. I'll tell you more about it when we got more time here. Great to hear you, Kerry. Good to hear you, and best to Laura. Happy New Year's Eve to you, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night and then Wednesday for a few minutes. Over.
Happy New Year, Kerry.
Oh, Happy New Year to Ken. Roger on that, Michael, and I will be here. And good to hear you, Ken, and I'll turn it back to Mike, KC5, DTU.
All righty. Very good. Good to hear you, Kerry. Thank you for popping in here. I know it's been intermittent.
Roger. KM6SRR, Happy New Year to you there also, Rob. Hopefully we can do it appropriately tomorrow night, so good to hear you.
All right, thanks, Kerry. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, how about you, Aaron? Are you here still? Aaron's floating around in the background here somewhere. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here, Mike.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you say hello to Kerry if you could hear him. I didn't know if you were listening in the background or where you were.
Yeah, Kerry, well, if he's pointed at you, I usually can't hear him over here. We're, kind of on opposite sides of the planet from each other, when it comes to Fresno and Clovis. K6USY.
Oh, really? I thought you could hear him. He's booming in here. All right. I guess I made that antenna with two no side lobes on it, Kerry. Good evening. Happy New Year's Eve again, and we'll see you tomorrow and Wednesday if you can make it. KC5 DTU, K6MYC, QRZ Bozo Net. Anybody else? We go down into the Bay Area. It's the only area we haven't been in yet. We better get there before they give up on us.
N6RO.
N6RO, and we missed you 222. Is it broken?
Nope. I listened for 40 minutes, waiting for you to call, and then I had other things to take care of, and been listening here for 20 minutes. Anyway, haven't had dinner yet, so I'm not going to talk long. N6RO.
Well, no, if something's broken on your end, I called and worked with people on either side of you, no problem. And I called and went back the second time on the way back from Nevada, and so you just aren't hearing.
Oh, I was hearing, I heard you, and I heard Trace of Jim, and of course I heard Paul. I can always hear Paul, any band, anywhere. I just, as I say, I had to step out, take care of other Monday night commitments, and that's when you probably called me.
Oh, okay. That's probably what happened then. Yeah, as long as you heard us and you know you're working, okay. But when you must have called when I was. Did you try to call me, or you never did call when you came in?
No, I never did call. I was just waiting for yours.
Oh, okay. We called, but you missed us. Okay. We'll put you in on the 220 log, 835 on the 220 log for Ken. I'm giving Judy a heads up on that one. Thanks, Ken. Good to hear you. I know you want to get back to it there. And we'll be on here tomorrow night and the next night, too. So if you have time, pop in and say hi. Happy New Year's Eve to you here. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, we had 1,500, 1.15 of rain yesterday morning. High temperature today was about 59, and I've repaired most of the wire antennas that are broken, but there's still 3 more to go from the wind damage. See you tomorrow night, N6RO.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're making headway. It was too cold and horrible here. Started out bright and sunny at 8 o'clock, not a cloud in the sky, and by the time we got back from the doctor's office at 11, it was overcast and the cloud had dropped down on us, and it never got nice the rest of the day.
It was clear all day here, although I slept in pretty much trying to recover from the weekend. Anyway, happy New Year's Eve, and see you tomorrow.
Roger, 7-3, Ken.
November 6th, Bravo, Charlie.
And 6BCC, good evening, Merle.
Good evening there. I want to jump in there and say good evening before it gets too much later. Did you take and get my email by chance?
Related to the Helio pet?
Roger.
Yeah, we have it, and we have it on order. We're waiting.
Okay, great. Yeah. I'll tell you what, our dog's doing so doggone good, it ain't funny, so I sure can't complain about that thing and stuff. So, yep, I'm 100% sold on it.
Well, that's good. That's good news, by golly. I appreciate that. We're going to try it on the pets, but mostly on me initially. Maybe on Judy's dog as she gets down here. Got a few little aches and pains, I think, but it'd be interesting to see how it plays. We've also got one of Matt's dogs that's been, was bit many years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, by a rattler, and has got not a paralyzed front leg, but one that hasn't got any feeling in it. It works, it functions, but she limps because she doesn't feel it touching the ground when she's just doing normal stuff. If she runs hard, she puts it down and it functions and does all the normal stuff, but it's a strange one. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see if we can get any of that life back into that one. So we're looking forward to getting it, Merle. I thank you for the information. Over.
Hey, Roger. Well, I hope it works for her. Let me know on it. So, all righty then, Mike. I'm going to go ahead and let you go because I know there's some others that are out there that want to get in there to you and you want to get over to the Bay Area. So you and Judy have a super happy New Year's, and we will talk to you next year, it looks like now. So you have a great one. We'll say 7 3s, K6MYC, N6BCC.
Yeah.
1134.
Yeah, Roger, thank you, and we'll see you next year, so to speak. I'll be here on Wednesday, so maybe we can check in and wish you a real, after the big day has happened, New Year's. Happy New Year, haha. 7-3 Merle, thanks again, and we'll talk soon. N6BCC, K6MYC, Bozo Net. Anybody else? How about John up there?
K06, CGJ.
There he is. Hi, John. Let me move the antenna a little bit more for you. KG6 Delta Golf Juliet, K6MYC. Give Judy your number, over.
Roger that. My Bozo number is 1145.
We got it. Thank you. And how you doing? You're kind of light this evening. I'm trying to get a better heading on you, but this is pointed right at you, and that's the best I can do, over.
Roger that. Yeah, I don't know. I've got mine pointed right at you, so it should be doing just fine. Anyway, everything is nice down here. We're just kind of want to do something, but the wife is kind of sick now, so that ruined her week off from work. So we were going to go do some stuff, ride the train around and stuff like that. But yeah, it's okay. Weather, we're probably going to have to get some more weather here in a week or so. That's what it says, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, we're looking to some rain perhaps coming up on Friday, but nothing in between, but you never know about this place. We didn't expect rain yesterday, and we had rain all day yesterday. It rained real lightly. We didn't get much in the way of volume, probably somewhere between 1 and 2 tenths of an inch, but there was rain yesterday. But we're hoping for a lot more on Friday. Anyway, 73s to you, John. Happy New Year's, New Year's Eve, and we'll look forward to maybe catching you on 2 meters. Hopefully we can catch you on 2 meters on Wednesday night, 2 meters if you can make it. K06 Delta Golf Juliet, K6MYC, over.
All right, Mike, you and Judy have a great New Year's. I'm going to get out of here. K6MYC, K06 GGJ.
Okay, 7-3. Now, let me see. I'm almost in the Bay Area. Let me go a little further, and I'll be in the Bay Area. Anybody copying me in the Bay Area? K6MYC, Bozo Net.
WA6. Happy New Year to all the Bozos across the Bay Area.
Okay, we had a whole bunch of doubles there. Was that you, Carl? K2, W2WRX? Who was it? I didn't get any call signs, guys. Try it again.
Whiskey Alpha 6, Juliet, Kilowatt, November, Kevin and Gilroy.
Boy, everybody's the same signal strength talking at once. Whiskey Alpha 6. Let's try that one. Go ahead.
Juliet, Kilowatt, November, Kevin and Gilroy.
Oh, okay. Hi, Kevin, and I hear hi. Somebody's sending hi on CW there. WA6JKN, K6MYC. Who is he upping?
Take a Bozo number.
I will.
I got her sitting on here.
Okay. Who's, what's your Bozo number, Kevin?
1053, 10053.
Roger, 1053, we got it?
Okay, I got it.
It was certainly good to have a chat with you the other evening. We won't get into all those heavy-duty subjects tonight yet, but boy, you're booming over here tonight.
Oh, well, thank you very much. You're always booming. Matter of fact, I just wanted to comment, even when you were pointed up north, I still heard you. Not very strong, but I never lost your signal, and I could make out what you were saying, no matter where you were rotated.
Well, that's because we're not that far away from line of sight here between us. The number of miles between you and me isn't that many. We've got a little mountain range in a way, but I think you're kind of, there's a gap in there we can squeak through. But I'm running a very high antenna with very high gain, and 1,500 watts is going out the amplifier. I don't know how much is getting to the antenna, but a fair amount, so that helps you hear me a lot of the time. That's kind of a sign of high power and the proximity of a 100-mile radius or so here. Anyway, great to hear you. Happy New Year's Eve, and a booming signal from Yoroi this evening. Over.
Well, thank you very much, Mike. The very best to you and Judy, and a Happy New Year. And I don't know if it was a belated Merry Christmas. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, looking forward to a good 2025, that's for sure. So thank you very much for logging us in. Take care. The very best to you and the entire family.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Good to hear you. Look forward to many more, and we will be on here. I'll be on 1296 tomorrow night if you want to try that one. And I'll be on 2 meters on Wednesday night, so we'll be here both nights. Take care. Looking forward to the better half of next year, particularly the first 60 days, so to speak. 90 days maybe. WA6JKN, K6MYC. Now, who are the other guys that called in? Go ahead.
Kilogram 6, vodka, please.
1296.
KJ6, Oscar, Queen. Are you visiting at Ralph's, at Vlad's place, Vlad?
No. I'm at my own KTH. Just came back a few days ago.
Oh, okay. Well, where are you?
Kilogram 6, vodka, please.
Yeah, but where are you?
Home QTH, Charlie Mike 87.
Oh. Maybe I got you mixed up with one other one. There's another. Is this Vlad or somebody else?
Yes, there is Vlad, and I've heard he recently met the other Vlad, a friend of mine from the San Diego area.
Oh, did you change your call, Vlad? The KG6 Victor Papa is the one I remember.
No, it was never KG. It was Kilo 6 Victor Papa, which translates to Kilogram 6 vodka, please.
Oh, you changed it, huh?
I did not change anything. It's K6 VVP.
Oh, what were you using the other call for then?
I said kilogram. Maybe that's what got you confused.
Yeah, that must be it. I got tangled up on your call. K6 VVP. That's who I know I'm talking to. That's what it sounds like. Boy, you're loud down here tonight. Did you make an antenna change? And we need your Bozo number.
No antenna changes. You're booming too. Good propagation. Bozo, I believe, is 874. And since I'm having a mic, I just want to say as well, Happy New Year to all the Bozos that can hear me.
Well, big signal. I think everybody's hearing you that's listening here. And if they can't hear you directly, they can hear you on the stream, Vlad. So great to hear you. And we did work your buddy down there in near San Diego about 2 weeks ago. We had 2 or 3 contacts with him. He's got a very nice signal on 2 meters most of the time. Over.
Yeah, he got 2 over 9 over 9 on 2 meters, so he's doing pretty good and legal limit on 2 meters.
Yeah, well, you can tell, boy, and I run legal limit here too, so and that's 400 miles or so, and that's a good path. But he does very well. He's very quite consistent. There are days when the propagation is kind of poor, but so far I've been able to have a nice shot with him every time. So it's good to have him on there, and it's good to hear somebody with a good, strong station down there. Most of the good, strong stations have gone into Never Land down there in the L.A. and San Diego area. Used to be dozens of them. I could get on any night of the week and work 10 or 15 guys. Now you're hard-pressed to work 1 or 2 down there. Thanks, Vlad. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year's Eve for now. And we'll see you maybe on Wednesday night on 2 meters if you can make it. K6 Victor Papa, 874, K6 MYC.
7-3, Mike.
Thank you. Anybody else? I'm sure there was others. K6 MY.
96 on.
Oh, we're on 6 meters. Is that what you mean?
He was not on.
Hello?
Okay, how about Jim, W6PQL? Are you here?
Oh yeah, I'm here, ready and waiting.
Okay. Judy says she thought you were in here already. Maybe you were. Maybe you were in one of the gang, and she may have heard you through the QR Mary. I heard Vlad, and she might have heard you there. So she was asking me if you were in here, and I said, I don't know. I haven't heard him yet.
So I crossed him off.
Yeah, so we crossed him off. Now you're going to be uncrossed. And good evening again, and thanks for sticking around for us on 6 meters here. W6PQL in the group, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, I was the CW in there, so you can ignore that. 73s.
Yeah, 7-3, Jim. Thanks much, and stick around long enough to see if there's anybody I don't hear when I call again here on this band, or maybe you can make a call, see if there's anybody else in the Bay Area that wants to check in. W6PQL, K6MYC, Bozo Net. Anybody in the Bay Area, please come now. We're missing N5 and NPD, but he's not in the Bay Area, but he's in this direction. How about anybody else? How about Jim, WB6JNN, K6KLY, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, KF6QCH, WB6 WNI, AB6SR.
I think it's past their bedtime.
Oh boy. I don't know about you Bay Area people. I guess that's it. We did get, I think we had Tom in here, but maybe not. Not sure if I got Tom on 2 meters. Who is it up there? Okay, let's see. The cat that's going nuts in here. She's way on the top of my bookshelf, pushing the top layer of big books off. We're having all kinds of fun this evening. She's getting even with us for letting us have the dogs in the house here for the last 4 or 5 days. She doesn't know it, but she's going to be dog-free until Sunday night, so she's getting all upset over nothing. Anyway, QRZ, the Bay Area, QRZ, K6MYC, Bozo Net, and then we'll move down to Santa Cruz. Nothing heard. Santa Cruz, where are you? Did you go to bed already, Tom? Okay, let's see. Santa Cruz, KW6 Sugar, K6MYC. KW6 Sugar, K6MYC. Well, everybody goes to bed at 9 o'clock, I guess. Okay, Rob, let's see. Maybe I should turn down and see if we can get Rick down there. Here we go.
Yeah, I talked to Rick, when was it? He's got a broken antenna. It can't rotate at 6 meters. He's got a high SWR on it, over.
Oh, that's right. He said he was going to try, though. Didn't he say he wanted to give it a try?
Yeah, we could do it.
Well, we don't have to. He's probably not going to be there. He probably won't have any interest of trying it if it's all busted up. I just caught the tail end of his conversation there the other day. I remember that he was broken.
KF6U?
Yep, I'm rotating down there, so I'll give him a shout.
Okay. Alpha Foxtrot 6 United is in here. Good evening, Lee, and I'll turn back toward you. I had just moved a little bit, but good to hear you, and give Judy your Bozo number.
Roger, AF6 United, 1098, the countdown, Bozo.
Very good, and how are you doing? Happy New Year's Eve.
Roger, Roger. Happy New Year's to you and Judy and all of the folks on the net there. And things are high and dry for a change here. We've had a little bit of rain, a couple of inches maybe all total, and just letting everything dry out now for a couple of days and looking at the possibility of more rain towards the end of the week.
Well, we're looking forward to something on Friday, they say, at least. We don't know for sure, but maybe Friday. Anyway, we didn't get much rain out of what you got, inches. We got a tenth of an inch, maybe 2/10 of an inch. It went from 4 inches to a smidgen past 4. I don't think I got a quarter of an inch. But it rained all day. It might as well have been raining heavy, but it wasn't. It ruined the whole day for us from the standpoint of rain. We couldn't get outside or do anything. We didn't want to. But we didn't get any volume. All smoke and no fire, as they say, Lee, over.
Yeah, some days are like that. And actually the rain line was kind of a little bit farther north. I know a lot of the people, my daughter lives up in Auburn, and she's had quite a few inches of rain. And the poor people, my son moved to Portland, actually Vancouver, Washington, and those folks up there, when you look at the forecast up there and you look at the rain totals and everything, it's like a little bit more rain today, a little bit less rain tonight, a little bit more rain tomorrow, a little bit less rain tomorrow, and then a little bit more rain tomorrow night. So it's all going up north, unfortunately. Back to you.
Yeah, that's what's happening. They are getting more than their share of the rain this year, and last year too, for that matter. All right. Well, listen. Let us let you go. Rob's pointed down toward Southern California, and we're going to see if we can raise KB6RQU. I didn't hear Tom in here. He might throw a rock. Can you get a rock to fly all the way from Watsonville to Santa Cruz and bang on his window? We are a little late for Tom. Sometimes he gets tired of listening and quits at about 9 o'clock, so I didn't realize it, but we'd gone past 9 here. Good evening to you, Lee, and we'll look for you maybe on Wednesday night if you can get in here. We'll be here tomorrow night as well on 1296, but I know you don't have that. So look for us Wednesday night, and we'll see you next year. AF6 United, K6MYC.
AF6 United, back to net. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, Mike. KB6RQU. Rick, did you give it a try out there on the broken 6-meter setup? KB6RQU. This is KM6SR, 6-meter Bozo Net, and K6MYC. We're standing by. KB6RQU. Rick, you on tonight? Over.
think we're done, Rob.
Yeah, I heard some noise in there, but maybe that was you keying up there. Yep, he's not answering.
Yeah, I keyed the mic by accident a couple of times here. Alrighty, well look, have a good one tomorrow. We'll be here, and maybe it'll be a nicer day tomorrow. We'll hope to have some more sun. That's always refreshing and nice. I got a few things I'd like to do outside. Nothing terrific. I still haven't heard from Frank. I think Frank's still working at his neighbor's place, but I thought he might try to get in here. But he said the last time he was in the shack, he's been so busy, he has a lot of things that are broken. Things are not working well at his shack QTH right now. But maybe we'll see Frank tomorrow. That would be good. Got lots of stuff to take care of here. Good evening, Rob. Good evening, Aaron. Good evening, John, if you're still listening, and anybody else that's in here. K6MYC Bozo Net. Aaron, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Mike and Rob, and we'll wrap up the year on 1296 tomorrow night. Sounds good. K6USY DMO6.
Look for you there. Johnny, you still here? John's gone. Rob, 7-3, good evening. I'm going to run outside and water the grass. It needs it.
Okay, Mike, K6MYC, KM6SR, 73 to you and Judy, and Aaron, K6USY, 73.
All righty, good night, guys, and good night to everybody on YouTube. K6USY DMO6.